You're listening to Spin It, a spin on digital marketing. We are spinning the discussion about everything web, graphics, digital marketing, and much more. And we're here to help get your business's online presence back on track. Join the team as we spin it.
Well, welcome everyone. I'm Cheryl O'Hearn with Spin It here at Spin Market, and we are again having a conversation with the Growth Alliance, the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance, on the video series that was just released over the last few months, and we have a new video that we're releasing. It's exciting to talk about this one because it's a retail business and it's one that's been in our community for years. And I think we have some interesting information that a lot of people may not know about this business, and a great conversation with them and the history of it. So I'm going to start out by introducing you to Jill Nelson. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Cheryl. Thanks for having us back.
You bet. Jill is the Community Development Director with the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance. And of course, we have Lydia Schuur here with us. Hello there. And Lydia is the Communication Specialist with the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance. So again, we are here today to introduce our next video that was just released. And Jill, why don't you start us out talking about it and tell everybody what video it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So we interviewed Justin Mikos with Mikos and Matt Furniture. They're a furniture store, retail business that's been here in Fort Dodge since 1953. So we really enjoyed getting to know Justin a little bit more as he shared some information about his business, kind of why he moved back, and the history of his business too. Mikos and Matt was very interesting, just learning about how his business started with his grandparents and incorporating both of his grandparents' names and his grandmother's maiden name, and then of course their last name. So Matt is his grandmother's maiden name, and Mikos is his last name, of course. And so funny, we heard Justin saying his name and the name of their store, and I always thought that it was Mikos with an O sound, and he pronounces it as Mikos. So I think we all learned something there.
Yeah, exactly. It was very interesting to hear that. And then, of course, when we're listening to the video and he's talking about it, we're all going, wow, that's an interesting fact that we need to pass on to everybody.
Yeah. Yep. I've been pronouncing it wrong for years, as I'm sure many other people have.
We're educating the masses now.
Yeah. Exactly. That's all part of this podcast here and the videos that we're sending out. So yeah, the business started in 1953. So it's another one of those legacy businesses in our community, which there are a lot of them. And it's so nice to show that history, the family connection, going through the generations that it has. So then it'd be this is the third generation of it, and Justin carrying that story on.
Yeah. Justin made it pretty clear that he wanted to own his own business and saw the opportunity to join his family business here in Fort Dodge. And so after college, he moved back here. His dad, John, was running the store, and now he joined his dad in the Mikos and Matt business. And Justin, I mean, he having been from Fort Dodge, I think immediately just kind of like picked up where he left off, and he's been super involved and out and about in the community, and has a great network of people. And yeah, we're just, again, another cool story of somebody moving back to our region and being successful here.
Yeah, right. And there's been a lot of things that have happened since he's moved back, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but he also loves the idea of the reputation of businesses in our community. And Mikos and Matt is a perfect example of that as well. be the reputation of lazy boy, which I know we talked about a long time ago about wondering how many people have bought a lazy boy from their store. I know I am. I'm one of them. Don't have it anymore, but years ago we did buy one from there. And that type of a legacy in the community, it's really fun to hear those stories and learn more about them.
Absolutely. They do have a really solid reputation in the community and provide great customer service. I mean, as a resident of the community who shops, knowing these details about a business gives me this feeling of closeness to them that I am more likely to go shop there because, hey, I just learned something new about them. And they're always so friendly when you go in there. They're just some of the friendliest people.
Well, that relationship is so important.
Yes.
And it also resonates across all of our retail in the community, whether it's a big box company that has come into the community or it's a family owned one, just like his.
Absolutely.
Genuine people.
Yep, very much so. So the other thing that was very interesting while listening to him talk to us, and again, we want everybody to know, none of this was planned as far as their conversations. It's them just telling us exactly what their feelings are within the community and how their business is operating. And he started in talking about the severe storm they had back in 2017, which really was a turning point in several ways. I'm sure maybe even in their thoughts when they looked at how bad it was, do we have the ambition and drive to remodel and take it to the next step? And Justin talks about that.
Yes, and the support from the community, from the Growth Alliance, and the process of the remodel. He talked about the ribbon cutting that the Growth Alliance held and how the store viewed that as a great support to them. They still have the ribbon pinned to their countertop. Being the person at the Growth Alliance now who handles ribbon cuttings, I love that story because that's one of the best parts of my job. I love doing them. And businesses do get really happy when you give them this ribbon and show them, these people showed up for you. We support you. We want you to thrive. So it's really cool to hear that moment meant a lot to them.
Yeah, that just a little bit of symbolism of the ribbon cutting and having that ribbon there to look at frequently and say, oh, wow, these businesses and these individuals in our community are here to support us.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that we do ribbon cuttings for all sorts of situations. It's not just for our new members or new businesses in the community. It's really, we say anytime that a business is celebrating something, like we want to be celebrating with you and we want to be there to support you. So it's cool to hear that, they kind of Justin kind of echoed our feelings towards that. And it's exactly how they hope that we feel when we go and do a ribbon cutting for them.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't always know if your message lands. So it's nice to know that it did here.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And years later.
Yes.
Because, we're talking
That was back in 2017.
That he did that ribbon cutting. So 5 years later, it still plays an important part in his opinion of the community and the Growth Alliance and all the people that came out to support them in that difficult time, because it was a very difficult time. I think basically the entire outside of the building was remodeled.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then I'm sure there was a lot of damage inside with the water and the furniture.
Yep. Yeah, I think their roof maybe collapsed or blew off. Or, that was significant.
On it, and especially for a furniture store, any kind of water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the inventory. That would have been so hard.
On it. So when you watch that video, you get a little glimpse in the inside of the store and all the different furniture they have, and they have a variety of styles and options and decor items so that you go in and it's like, wow, I want this, I want that, I want that, which is really nice. I know we're at Spin, we are very much digital and do online stores and are really much in promoting that. But at the same time, people do like the option of going out and shopping.
Oh, yeah.
They may go online to look at some ideas and then actually go in and want to touch and feel it. And that's an important part that we need to illustrate to everybody listening to these podcasts and learning about our community, is that we are here to support the retail, and there is a lot of those options right here in Fort Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've had just a ton of growth in our retail sector, and a lot of new businesses that have been coming, some national chains, some new boutiques. We've had a lot of newness in the last several years, and a lot more to come too, with the mall area. But one reason that I have loved this video series is we are highlighting some of these retailers that they have been part of our community for years and years, like Mikos and Matt here since 1953. And it's great to still be able to celebrate them and to talk about them and promote them, even though they're not the newest and the latest and the greatest that's coming to town, that everybody, that's kind of the buzz is what's new. But we still have some really great existing retailers that have been here a long time and that have really been here for our community.
Well, and you also know that because they've been here for a long time, that they have been successful.
Right.
In it, because there's a lot of times, I'm sure, during COVID or the situation in 2017, those are times that are really, make them sit back and go, okay, can we do it? Can we keep moving forward? And they use the analogy when they're doing that of the community's always been here to support us. We are going to keep moving forward because we can see that they're going to come back.
Right. And they just evolve and adapt.
Yes,
with the times.
There you go. Exactly on it. So it's just really exciting to have a business like that here and have the third generation of Justin coming on and joining that group as well and seeing where they're going to go with that. The other thing that I know was a comment that he made during it, and it goes back to the 2017. He just said that the community celebrated the new look that they had and created the additional excitement that they needed, because it was a long haul. That's the exact words that he used. And the support of the Growth Alliance and the community really kept them going during that difficult time.
Yes. Yeah. Justin's such a genuine person that just hearing that from him was nice. Because the people showed up and supported, and that's always good to know too.
Exactly.
Yeah. He absolutely is a genuine person, and just like a fun person to be around. When he first moved back, he started to get involved with the Fort Dodge Young Professionals. And so I got to know him a little bit as I sat on the board with him. And then recently, I think, within the last probably 2 or 3 years, he went through the Growth Alliance's Leadership Fort Dodge program. And that allowed him to, network even further and get out in the community. And I think I remember him specifically in that class just because he was very excited and engaged as to everything that we were talking about. And he valued that time. I mean, he made connections and was very purposeful as he went through the Leadership Fort Dodge program.
Yep. Great illustration of what the Leadership Fort Dodge program, which is, of course, another project that is held and sponsored by the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance, and takes a lot of work all year long to put together 9 months. Yeah, 9 months of, as long as I've been on the committee, I still had to think back, how many months is this actually on there? But
you've been on it a long time, Cheryl, since the beginning.
Since the beginning on it. And I stay on it because I enjoy it. It's so much, it's such a great time to see the changes and the people going through it and hearing their comments. So again, another service that is done by the Growth Alliance, and we encourage, if you even are looking at 2023-24, it doesn't hurt to already reach out to Jill Nelson and let them know that you might be interested in that, because the minute it's released, you're full.
Yeah. Yep. We absolutely are. Every year we have a waiting list, and that's exciting because it shows community growth. We constantly have new people, just like Justin, that are wanting to go through the program and to learn and to be involved and just to get excited about what's happening in the community.
Yes, very much so. So again, here is the new video that we're releasing, and it's Mikos and Matt, and you can go on the Growth Alliance website, any of their social media. There's a podcast, there's a press release, there's the video, and we encourage everyone to go in, share it, like it, engage on it. You can use any of the videos that you want on your own social media or on your websites. They're all great ways to support the community, to increase in interest in the community, and provide additional information for anybody looking for a job and coming into the community. So another great resource, and they are more than happy to help you if you need help to put that on your social media or any of your digital platforms. Just contact Lydia at the Growth Alliance, and she will happy to walk you through.
Happy to help, absolutely.
Or if not, she will find somebody that can help you.
Yes, we'll get it figured out.
We'll figure it out. There, that's the answer. So again, thank you for joining us on Spin It, and we will be back in a couple more weeks with another video that we release.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Spin It Podcast.
Make sure you check out our brand new website at www.spinmarket.com. That's www.spinmarket.com.
And follow us on social media at Spin Market to keep up to date with all that's happening.
If you'd like to sponsor an episode of the Spin It podcast, fill out the form on our website, www.spinmarket.com.
And make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channels so you never miss an episode.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Spin It.